Hi Cass, I'm Darren. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, Darren. It's so nice to meet you.
You too. I'm one of the counsellors here at Indigo. Lovely meet. Thanks for coming in today. Just before we begin, I'll just explain a few important points around the confidentiality and privacy. So everything we discuss in this session is in confidence and will remain private. Now, expect this, in some situations where I'm legally or ethically required to share information. And what that means that that could include cases where there is a risk of harm to yourself or to others, or if any form of abuse or neglect is disclosed. So that's part of mandatory reporting. My responsibilities as a counsellor. You may have heard of something like that before, being a barrister.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. Right, I'll be taking some brief notes during the session today, just to sort of, so I can sort of, put it all together and sort of keep track of what we're doing, and so we can look back and see your progress in, in other sessions and in time. You're welcome to have a look at what I'm writing at any time. It's nothing special, just brief notes, as I said, and then, just so we can support you with ongoing care. So the notes that we'll be doing, they're stored securely, and are only used for professional purposes. And so if we refer you to another practitioner in the service as an Indigo, I can share your notes with them, but I would ask for your consent on that again, so you would know that I would be doing that. Otherwise, that's all pretty straightforward. You probably come from a legal person. That's all landing well so far.
Yep.
Yeah, great, wonderful. All right, so how can I help you? What sort of brings you in here today?
Look, I just don't even know where to begin. I'm feeling really tense. I've never done any sort of counselling before, but my GP suggested that maybe I give it a try, so that's why I came in today.
Yeah, great. That's really good. I appreciate you taking the time to come in. My role here is to provide a space for you to explore what's going on and help you finding strategies that work for you. And so tell me a little bit more about how you're feeling. What's going on for you?
Well, I don't even know where to start. Work has been really stressful. So I would usually play tennis every day or sometimes twice a day, and that just helps me to cope with my work and to clear my head. But around 6 weeks ago, I injured my knee playing tennis in Spain, and I had surgery on my knee, and I just feel like I'm not coping really well without tennis, and I feel so restless and down.
Okay, yeah. So, wow. So that happened in Spain.
Yeah, I was playing at the Rafael Nadal Academy in Mallorca.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
It was really great, except that I injured my knee after the third day, so that sucked.
So you're pretty serious about tennis, and you're going all that way over there to do a workshop.
I was, but I mean, really now, who knows?
Yeah. It's because I imagine that they said that your job as a barrister is there's a lot of hours and a lot of time spent in the office, and it must be really good to sort of get out there and and sort of you're finding that balance, which is good. It sounds like tennis has been a big important part and a way for you to manage your stress and find some balance.
Oh, definitely. It's the one thing that helps me to switch off from work. I don't know if you've played tennis before, but when you're out on the court, you really have to be laser focused. Otherwise, you're not going to play well. So tennis is like my outlet that allows me to distance me from work, and without it, I feel like I'm overthinking constantly.
It also sounds like you're using your barrister skills in there too. I kind of hear a little bit that focusing.
Maybe a little bit. It's different.
Yeah, but we'll sort of let it go in other ways. All right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. When a key coping activity is taken away as well, it can really shake your routine and make you feel a bit, emotionally unstable. That routine's been taken away. What's been the hardest part for you since the injury?
Oh, I just feel so trapped, like in my life. I'm used to being so active and going out, and tennis is like my community. Whereas now I just work, I go home, and then I work some more at home.
Right. And whereabouts is work? Is it close to home?
Work is like down the street from home, and also half the time I work from home.
Right. Okay.
So work is at home.
Yeah. Do you live by yourself?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, right, okay. It's a lot of time spent by yourself as well. And I guess that's the good thing about tennis, is you've got it there and sort of, just in a bit more of a community with other people.
Yeah, that's right. There's always at least one other person
playing
tennis.
Hitting up against the wall.
Yeah.
And that might be good too and enjoyable. Right, so, let's go into that sort of those feelings, a little bit more that you might have. When you notice yourself feeling trapped, you're saying, or restless, what thoughts go through your mind?
I really just tell myself, I should toughen up, have a cup of concrete. Everyone works hard. Yeah. I just need to keep pushing through, and I can do that. Yeah. But then I feel so exhausted from that, just mentally, but also guilty because I'm not going out and training.
Yeah. Is there any other exercises that you've been doing?
Look, my physio suggested that I do swimming, but I really hate swimming because I don't know if you notice I've got eyelash extensions and they're really bad with chlorine.
Yeah,
so it's just rehab, stupid banded rehab exercises in the gym, which is not what I want to be doing.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's enough, and probably it's not so social being in the gym either.
Well, no, because you're just there with your earphones on, you're lying on the ground making clamshells with your knees.
Yeah, wow. But I guess the good thing is that you can keep moving.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. So I can hear that there's that belief that you should be able to handle everything. If you don't, you feel guilty.
Oh, exactly. It's like if I'm not performing at 100%, then I'm failing.
Yeah, we're so hard on ourselves, aren't we? Yeah. That's strong pressure to carry too. In CBT, in cognitive brain therapy, what we're looking at today, it looks at how our thoughts can influence how we feel and act. Mm-hmm. When that voice inside us, is quite strong, saying "I should," it can lead to a burnout, or an anxiety, putting so much high expectations on ourselves, and then we tend to beat ourselves up because we haven't we haven't felt like we haven't met the mark. So would you be open to exploring those thoughts a little bit more?
Yeah, no, that really resonates with me, so I think that would help.
Yeah, great, okay. But we're not going to really go more into that today. We're going to we're going to pace our sessions out. So we've got you in so far for 3 sessions. So today we're just going to we're going to go back a little bit from that, and we're sort of going to just, and see what else is kind of, it's just what's going on with your lifestyle and stuff. And so, how many hours do you think you put in at work?
Oh, it really varies. So if I've got a lot of court, I can be, huge amounts of hours. And then if I have less on, I tend to be really low motivation. And so I might only do 2 hours and I'll fuck around on social media. But days where I have court, it could be 14 plus hours in the day. So it just depends on the workload and if I have court or court deadlines. But sometimes it's huge amounts of hours day after day, and others it's a lot lower. So it's never really steady.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, and so even when the days where you're doing the long hours, you're still finding time to exercise as well?
Oh yeah, I would always, before my injury, I just fit tennis in around it, although sometimes I'd have to reduce the load a little bit. Like if I'm in court, there's no flexibility with that. But otherwise I can play early morning or late at night.
Oh, that's good, you can what I'm hearing is that, you pay real importance on that and making sure you still get out and do it no matter how busy you are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's really good. And how did you go with your last? You said you had a scan recently with.
So I injured it again because I went back to training too early. So I had another MRI on it last week, and I haven't got the report from that yet because it takes 2 weeks. However, my surgeon and my physio have both had a look, and they're really not happy with the scans. Wow. So I'm seeing the surgeon on Tuesday and the physio on Monday. Okay. So I'm bracing myself.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a lot. And this is all fitting in with work as well, your medical appointments?
Yeah, I can fit it around work because I'm self-employed. If I don't have court, I just schedule those in around other things.
And has anything like this happened before? Have you had any sort of injuries that's put you out for a while?
Oh God, yeah.
Exercise?
Yeah, I've had a pattern of injuries over the last decade. So there's always been something.
A very active person.
Yeah. Well, I was.
still are. So that's good. And what coping mechanisms have you used in the past? Have you noticed that it sort of changed your moods a bit, or altered your sort of your energy and stuff?
What do you mean, like when I've been injured?
Yeah, when you've been out and not been able to exercise.
Well, I suppose I just try to do other sorts of training, but otherwise I work. I keep really busy by doing lots of work.
Yeah.
And I buy things online.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
shop.
Yeah, that's good. It's a bit of a reward.
Yeah, it's exactly
Well.
like that. Like I'll just doom scroll on Instagram,
Yeah.
buy things online and work. Yeah.
Well, that's okay too. But this is finding the balance and what I'm hearing with you is like the tennis being so important. Not so much just that you're going and exercising, and obviously that's good for all the endorphins and stuff like that. But you're also meeting people and sort of engaging a little bit more, especially for when we work a lot and. I imagine there's a lot of reading involved in your job and
Oh
stuff
God,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then going home and doing that again, and it's kind of like there's not enough interaction.
No, I mean, I could easily go a whole day without speaking to anyone. Maybe just the person I get my coffee from.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, and that's great that you've got someone at least you can say hi to.
I recently asked them what their names were because I've been
you?
going there for like 6 years and I didn't know their names.
Do you remember their names?
Yeah, of course, I wrote them down.
Oh, good. Do you remember their names?
Their names are Nina and Pop. They're Thai, so they're probably not their real names. Yeah.
That's probably their real name.
No. I reckon
Pop
they made Pop will be short for something for sure. Nina doesn't sound very Thai.
No, Nina doesn't sound very Thai. Oh, that's good. All right, so I'm curious. So when you think, where the drive, when you're thinking about, being hard on yourself, where do you think about the drive to always perform comes from? Does anyone in your life, like a role model, have similar behaviours?
Oh, that's really hard to say. I mean, I think part of it's just in my nature, but I suppose my parents, so both of them were really high achievers.
Yeah.
My dad's a surgeon and my mum ran her own business. She's retired now. But rest wasn't really valued growing up.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So those messages about hard work, being tired, might go back a long way. You just got to think about that's a role model that you might have grown up with. Understand what that means. So do you think they shaped how you see yourself now when you think about it?
Oh yeah, definitely. They really sort of encourage like academic performance and also sporting and just general competitiveness. So definitely.
And was there any sort of negative fallout if things weren't if they didn't work hard enough, or if they didn't achieve what they needed to do? Was there sort of any negative feelings around that for them?
It's hard to say. They didn't really share any of that kind of thing with us. We just, us being my sister and I, we just, I suppose, just observe. But no, that wasn't something that they really would speak about.
Yeah. Not really open to sort of just get in there and do the work, get it done, work hard.
Yeah, and so we were mainly looked after by our grandparents because they were working all the time. So I mean, maybe, but not that I was aware of.
It's definitely giving you really good work ethics.
Oh yeah, I would value
really well
work ethic highly over everything else.
You've done really well in your career. You can be proud of yourself for that. I know it's quite a bit of hard work to sort of become embarrassed. One of my friends embarrassed. I remember when she was studying for her bar exam. She'd walk around with these these like cue cards. You'd come over for dinner and she had like a handful of cue cards.
Oh yeah, see, everyone does that. I did the same thing. Yeah, because you have to memorize. Yeah.
But she did all right and she passed in the end. But so I have an understanding that I've seen that firsthand how much is involved.
Well, the fail rate of the bar exam is really high, and there's a stigma that goes with failing it. So although lots of people do.
Good.
No, I passed it the first time, but a lot of people have to sit it multiple times, and that then really stuffs up like the trajectory of when you're going to start.
So I'm hearing what I'm hearing is that that there's a strong work ethics and you're a hard worker, and that's a really positive thing. I think what we just got to be mindful of with ourselves is that that's not detrimental to our health. In the end, having time for things, and what I'm just going to recap about what we've discussed already is that about how the tennis was that thing that you had,
Mm-hmm.
which was your outlet and your social thing. And I guess now it's kind of like if we can sort of look at how we can make sure that you've still got something that can replace that while you're recovering with your knee. I know it's not probably going to be anything satisfactory, like to get out there and go hard, but it's got to just something just to sort of just to make sure that you've still got that work-life balance. Because what I heard you saying before is like when last time when you were injured out, you just worked more. So,
yeah. Well, I guess I'm just really unwilling to replace it with anything
Yeah.
else, and work
Yeah,
is
I
an
understand.
easy thing to distract me. I hate work, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
Work. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But it fills the gaps.
Yeah.
Because I have, what else would I do? It's like
Yeah.
I don't like to swim.
Play tennis. Play tennis. You play tennis professionally?
No, I'm too old for that.
You're too
I
old?
couldn't possibly.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, so you've shared that your work and your achievements have always been a big part of your life as well. Now that tennis is on hold and you're struggling to manage your stress, so in our next session, we'll explore ways to challenge those unhelpful beliefs about always needing to perform and identify activities to support your well-being while you recover. So I think it's pretty much, I don't need to tell you yourself that that those unhelpful thoughts of being too hard on ourselves that we have to achieve hard can be detrimental. And so we're going to unpack that a little bit more. How does that sound?
Oh, I mean, that sounds really good.
Good. Not too confronting.
No.
Yeah, I know it can sound a little bit much, but the idea is to just lean into it nice and gentle, and just see what we can sort of just make some little changes. But it's just what this technique does. It just helps you sort of listen to your inner voice, and you can sort of hear those stories that we create for ourselves that we must work hard or we must achieve. And it's healthy to have that sort of as a goal, and to obviously you wouldn't have got this far if you didn't have that drive. We're just going to work out how we can sort of keep it into a healthy bay. And so your GP that you've seen when you've gone to get referrals and you've had problems with your knee, is that a regular GP that you see? Do you have a relationship with them?
Oh yeah, she's really good. So I mentioned also because obviously physio referrals and stuff for my knee, but I was grinding my teeth, and that was why she suggested maybe
that's
try
fantastic.
some other counselling.
Yeah, good. All right, so because she's also suggested that, are you okay if I get in touch with her as well?
Oh yeah.
Just can send her an email and say, just to talk about the work that we're doing, just so she's aware that you're taking action as well to sort of help out, and if there's anything that her and I needed to talk with each other and stuff like that. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to sign a consent and release form and exchange information. That just says so we can have that that conversation with your doctor.
Yep.
And if there's anything that that she feel like that I needed to know, that that we could help you more with, or if I was concerned about something that that I could chat to her. And so when was the last time you did like a general a checkup? She do your blood pressure and stuff like that, and cholesterol, and
I don't even remember, maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, okay. Maybe it's probably a good time to
Time to do that again.
So let's do that for a bit of homework. So I'm going to get you to sign that stuff, and if you can give me her details, and I'm going to flick her an email just to introduce myself. And if you could, before we see you this time next week, is that okay for you?
Yeah, I can do that.
If you can get in to see her just to do a general checkup, just so we've got some sort of baseline of your, just as we get older, we need to do it. When you look very healthy and you're fit, just to sort of, just to check your cholesterol and your blood pressure and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just so we're all on board. Okay, so this is the form here. So it's just consent to release and exchange the information. Okay, and so you can have a quick read of that. And there's the consent at the back, and you can just sign that and date that, and I'll do that as well. Okay. Great, thank you. And what was your your doctor's name.
Her name's Dr. Catherine Saffin, Saffin.
SAF.
FIN.
Yeah. Do you have her contact details, or can you look it up?
8121 2222.
2222. Wonderful. I'll give her a call and introduce myself. You happy about that? That's
Yep.
fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to sort of. All right, so what we've discussed today, I'm just going to sort of recap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, we're going to we've just had a chat about sort of, you know, where you're at with your knee and just working a bit. So we're just going to explore, you know, those thoughts of why you might be thinking, or, you know, just why you sort of, you know, where this all comes from, and about working too hard, and just, you know, just seeing if we can sort of see if that's going to sort of help you a little bit and sort of to manage your stress, because you know, it's one of those things that unfortunately I can't manage at work, but to make that less for you. But if we can sort of just, you know, unpack some of those thoughts and see where you're sitting with that. And you know, and also, you know, to be honest, I think this is a really good time that you've come in now, and I really appreciate your doctor, you know, for that. Is so we can sort of manage this, because, you know, if it goes down the track that this could create a little bit more stress, then, you know, at least we can pull it up, and, you know, and see where you're at, and sort of keep an eye on things and monitor how you're feeling. All right, how does that all sound?
That sounds really good.
Okay, I'm just going to jot all that down there so we can remember that for next time. And yeah, I'll see you at the same time. So it was at 2 o'clock next Sunday.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you, Darren.
Thanks so much, Kath. See you soon.